I'm just going to go through rigging the main sheet in a different way. You've seen it rigged on the boat, but it's quite complex to see with all the movements. So I'm just going to show you the diagram as well, and it'll be a lot clearer when you've done it yourselves for the first time. You could start at either end. I start at this end. There's a block that's tied to the deck with two lines. I call it a hawser. And what I do is I put the main sheet through there and I tie a figure of 8 knot as a stopper knot. The free end then goes up, round that side of the block, down, through that block, up, down, through the big block on the main sheet cleat on the deck, and then through the cam cleat and out with a stopper knot tied onto it. Now when you try and do it, it might seem a lot more difficult than that. You've got some reference material at least if it all goes wrong. We're almost at the stage where we're going to launch the boat. Depending what the instructors say on the day, you might be launching these boats with the sail up or the mainsail down. I'm going to take the mainsail down because I've decided that I don't want it up today when I launch. It's safer launching it with the sail down. I'm going to do just a little bit about spinnaker now. There's a spinnaker already rigged up on this boat and you can just about see it here. Probably on your course there's not too much about spinnakers, but I'm going to show you just a bit about spinnakers now. And unlike the lane and the jib, you really want the boat pointing away from the wind when we're trying out the spinnaker. Now I would suggest if you get into a boat where the spinnaker is already rigged, try it out on land before you go. And you'll probably see why when I raise this spinnaker. So we have a control. This line here raises the spinnaker. This is the spinnaker sheet I'm desperately holding on to here. The wind is quite fierce today. I would normally jibe the boat on land, which would mean moving the bow around to this position so we can test whether the spinnaker goes over on the right side. In fact, I'll do that. And the boat is now jibed. The spinnaker's over on the other side of the boat, and there doesn't appear to be any tangles as far as I can make out. I don't know if you can see how the spinnaker is actually rigged up, but there's a line that pulls it in that goes through the spinnaker chute. That goes up through the back of the sail into the inside of the sail, and it's tied onto a loop towards the top. The line that pulls it up has a bobble on it. You can see there it's tied onto the head of the sail, and the tack of the sail is tied onto the sprit, and we leave a gap. We don't want all the line going into the sprit, otherwise it will get tangled up, so there's a gap of about 3 or 4 inches. There's a stopper knot that prevents it going all the way down. When you're on the water and shot at night are about to experience this, the sheet needs to go up and down quite quickly. There's an awful lot of power. I'm going to now put the sheet in. It's one continuous line. And I'm going to pull it into the bottom. Okay, launching. One of the most important bits of getting sailing after the rigging. I've got my glamorous young assistant here, Sonic, who's going to assist me. Not a good idea to do this by yourself. Bit windy today, I've taken all the sails down just to be sure. Okay, that's it. Push it backwards towards the target. Be careful not to fall over the lines. Also be careful to hold on to the lines. Boat starts going fast as it goes down the slip. This is why it's important to hold onto the lines, 2 lines, one keeping the trolley where we want it, the other one keeping the boat on the trolley. The line that keeps the boat on the trolley is called the painter. So I'm now launching the boat, sliding off the trolley, and I think the boat will go down there. Boat's on the water. It will go head to wind by itself, and then we can get in the boat and put the sails up, and then go for an exciting sail. Before you walk away from the boat, make sure it's tied onto the jetty. There's a number of types of knots you could do. You could do a round turn and 2 half hitches. That would work. I'm just going to do a loop like that, another one, and a third one. Give it a tug, just to be sure, and now we can walk away and leave it. If anything goes wrong, that boat will go over there.